think you guys can see alright there. So basically here, I'm getting ready to pull the motor off of the 430. I have everything but the top two bolts out. So get the wires unhooked. So anyhow, like I was saying, I got the wires unhooked. Throttle and choke cables unhooked. Starter wire unhooked. Fuel line. Only one last bolt there. I do have the jack under it. I don't know what you guys can see exactly. I don't know, but don't have my brake light up here either. The only thing I see is it's separating pretty easy, so that's a plus. No idea if I got the jack balanced under it good or not. Come up just a hair to hold it. I do have the front wheels chocked, so hopefully it won't roll. So we should be free. The throttle and choke cable has to just go through the exhaust, which shouldn't be a problem going off. On may be a different story. A little too much here. Uh-oh. I heard bits fall out and I got oil too. Nice. Was not expecting there to be oil. I don't know where my cut one's at, so. I didn't figure there would be that much oil in there. Nope. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Grenaded! As I suspected. I'll have to bring you guys in for the carnage here. Once I get a bucket put under the catch the oil. There it is. Guys are hiding it all the time, aren't you? Boy, do I got a disaster going on. It almost looks like somebody had it apart and was messing with it. Got all kinds of bits and pieces. Oh, I wish I would have had the oil pan under there before I pulled this out now. I mean, I got a huge mess. Okay, stay put, guys. Hold on. Let me clean this up a little bit. Alright, guys. Let me get this mess cleaned up. And I'll bring you guys back here and show you. You know, maybe I can do it really quick. But basically, notice there are no gears home in the gear department. I am surprised it moved in low. Honestly. I'm going to sit you guys here. Now see, this is pretty gnarly there. I don't know if you guys can see, but that's chewed off. There's gears and pins laying down here. All that fell out when I took it apart. So I'm going to have to do some fishing here. Well, and I can see it from here that the ring gear is shot. See, this gear is just sitting here. You guys, no, you guys aren't looking over there. I figured. That gear is just sitting in there. That gear actually looks okay along with that gear. You know, I think the pin plate is completely gone. Somebody put this back together without a pin plate or something? I don't know. Let me go get a shovel full of dirt and put on this dust to keep it from, the oil to keep it from moving along here. I'll be back. Alright guys, now that I got that disaster cleaned up a little bit, there's still going to be more oil running out of this. I don't know why the oil level is so high. I'm pretty sure. Well, maybe it's not. I think this is the first time I've ever pulled a motor off of a 400 or a 5000 series or a commercial series, except for the 566. So, anyhow, basically I was looking at this and I found a pin plate and 2 more gears and pins. So we'll take that off of there. Lay that there. 2 gears there. Broken bolt. Is that everything laying down there? Another piece of broken bolt. I think that's everything. So this thing had a pretty fantastic failure. And you can see it was like that. It was running loose for a while because you can see how bad it's ate there, there, and there. So definitely won't be fixing this one. Now to pull the clutch lining out, I'm gonna have to pull the shift rod off so I can move the arms that far. I want a screwdriver here because I don't want to put my fingers into the filings if I can avoid it here. Yeah, because that's, ooh. Wow. Okay, hold on a second guys. I'll put you guys back on the tripod and bring you back. Okay, hopefully you guys are all right there. Let's start pulling this out of here. So, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to lay these parts behind you guys and we'll look at everything separately. There was only 1 gear working the low side, guys. And it looked like it had some pieces go through it too. Got some swirly marks on it. If you guys will be able to see that from it wandering around. So I should be able to pull the center out of here. Like I said, I can't pull the clutch out or anything at the moment, but this looks okay unless I inspect it and find some reason it's not. Well, I mean, you can clearly see it's worn. Hopefully you can clearly see it's worn there, and it's worn here along the edge. But I don't know if that would really affect anything or not. So again, I'll put it back here in the pile. So I have it locked in low, which is probably a good thing. So you guys can see how said clutch works. That is low right there, and coming towards you guys is high, locking it into high. So I'll get a pair of pliers here, and then I'll bend the cotter pins over. Then I can work the arms and get the clutch rods out. Because I'm just going to change everything. I have a whole nother high-low planetary. And I have no idea if that motor that I still need to pick up from dudes is blown up or not. So for right now, I'll do this. If I need the other high-low planetary, I'll take it out of the Onan NB one over there. So hold on. Okay, I took the pins out for the clutch rods here, so I should be able to manipulate it enough, I think, to get that off there. Maybe not. No, it's not binding on there, it's just a clutch binding. Excuse me a second. You guys want to hand me the hammer? I might have to actually unbolt them. Hold on. Yep, that's ½ inch. I think I need the 7/16. But where did I leave it? Oh, there it is. Found it! I'm thinking it's actually, the arm's actually hitting on a case. Now, can you guys see what I'm doing? Yeah, a little bit. Yep. Yep, here's your problem. I think the clutch rods should come out now. Yep, I think so. That one did. There we go. Did both clutch rods literally just go down the transmission? I think they did, didn't they, guys? Clutch. The band looks good. There's one right here. Now, like I said, I'm going to have to take a magnet and go magnet fishing anyhow back in here. The other clutch rod is just right below the surface. Okay, other than I need to clean my hands so I can turn the camera on and off. Interesting. It's kind of what I figured I might find, but I was surprised it didn't totally stop moving. So, it's only 7:19 at night, so let me put the carnage all in one place. I will go get the other one I have and inspect it and see if it was good or bad, and we'll go from there. But there is a good portion of the carnage back there, so back in a minute. So a little close-up shot of the one I have and how it goes on here. Try to keep the electrical out of the way. But basically, there's two sets of gears, the small ones here and the larger ones, and I don't remember which one is high and low, but basically they go on here And they spin around, and the way the cone clutch works is basically it stops one side from spinning, and then it puts power to the other set of gears, and then if you throw it the other way, stops that side from spinning and puts power to this set of gears. So it's kind of neat how it works. Whoever designed it was a lot smarter than I am. I won't tell you which way is high and which way is low. If I remember right, high was pushing towards the back. So yeah, the small sets of gears are high, and the big sets of gears are low. I believe. I could be mistaken there. This is not all about high-low planetaries, just showing you guys what I have found, but yeah. Over here in Carnage land, let me switch sides and come around to where you guys are at. So, what do we have that is physically worn or broken? Well, let's start with Captain Obvious here. Exhibit A is the high side. Oh, what do you want to call it? I call it like the outer ring. It's supposed to be. This has been run like this for quite a while, and these small gears run in here, and obviously it's missing 3/4 of all the teeth, and this is quite common for Gravely to see this. See it a lot, especially anything Kohler powered seems to shake the planetaries apart. And you got broken gears, which hopefully you guys can see. Hopefully, actually, you guys can see this. I think so. I had the camera set. But all three small gears are basically completely and utterly toasted. And I think that was a failure point, because there is no bushings left. And which one actually has the bolts through it? The small gears actually have the bolts through them, so in theory, these are all dirty because I've set them down on the floor, on my dirt floor here with all the oil on them. In theory, maybe the nuts backed off on the back of these and let them wobble around. And I do see a lot of wear on these bolts on the one side. I don't know if the camera will pick up on it, but there's an edge here I can catch my finger on. Yep. See, is this one the same way? Yeah, this one's the same way. How's the one that the bolt or the stud part's broken off? It's actually good. It's actually good, but there's the there's the rest of it. So there's actually 3 nuts floating around inside that transmission, which I'm gonna go magnet fishing for and see if I can find them. And 2 of the 3 studs, because what saved this was these studs go in these gears, and as you can see they are well worn, and there's one still stuck in the pin plate yet. So I think that's what saved this thing from totally grenading, that and the little gears falling into that pocket behind where the gears are on the motor. And luckily the input gear to the trans looks alright, and obviously the pin plate is bent and mangled beyond recognition. Well, you can recognize it, but it's tore up. So I'm going to say you could probably reuse this if you had to, but you can see the obvious marks or something has gone through this and it's stuck to the gear and wore and wore and wore. So this would be better than nothing if you had a total implosion, but I wouldn't recommend using it. And this is pretty good because you can't screw that up too much. Clutch rods are good, and the clutch lining is toast. The one side is right down to the steel. Hopefully you guys can see it. The other side looks alright. So Getting tired of kneeling down here, so I'm going to do some magnet fishing here and bring you guys back. I really hope you guys saw that. Yeah, it looks like it. Magnet fishing. I don't know if I'll put it together tonight or not. It's 7:30 now. Maybe. See how my magnet fishing goes. Haha. Alright guys, so magnet fishing was not a success. I got no nuts out of it, and I can tell there's a bunch of sludge on the bottom of this transmission. So go back here and yank the drain plug and see what I get out of it. I think this is the drain plug. Maybe. Pretty sure it's the right hand one, isn't it? Let me get a screwdriver in here a second. Find out. No. It's the left hand one. Maybe. I forgot. I'm getting old. Getting older. The mid to late 20s, yo. So, let's see what's behind door number 2, shall we? Come to think of it, this being a 67, it should still drain out of the bottom because all the yellows did. This is basically an L transmission without the, yeah, it does have the tag on that says oil drain. Second here, trying to figure out if the camera's in view. Yeah, I think you guys can see good enough what I'm up to. Some nice black sludge. Looked nice and clean on the stick though when I was checking it. Doesn't now, but did before. Yep, oil drain. Just to show you guys. I don't know or remember everything all the time. So okay, I'm gonna let the sludge drain out of there. And it looks like it's partially plugged up, so it's gonna take a little while. Awesome if I could do a time lapse. I don't have the technology yet. Basically, I didn't want to spend the money on the editing software. Thought it might look cool if you could see it draining down in there, but I don't know that you really can. A chunk of metal? Oh, that's a dipstick. Doi. That's where the dipstick goes. Dipstick. Alright. Late at night, I'm losing my mind. You guys probably do that enough by yourselves. Don't need to see mine. Anyhow, like I said, it could all change as this oil drains out a little bit more. So, definitely the oil coming out of this definitely has the gray mixture to it. So, take a rag, wipe everything out best we can, put it back together. Run this thing like a week. Say I'll mow with it, or even if I just come home from work and drive it around the house for an hour and a half and then change the oil again. Would not be a bad idea. It'd be nice if it was warm, but I wasn't willing to chance it. For a good reason, obviously. So, okay. Done yakking. Let this drain out, and I'll come back to you guys probably tomorrow night. Go put the high-low planetary in. And just to date this video, this is 9/23, September 23rd already. I have our local Tractor Supply has a show Saturday, so I need to load up some stuff Friday night and be ready to move over there Saturday. A couple things, like 6-7 tractors, whatever I can get on there. So, okay guys, catch you tomorrow night here hopefully. Although I kind of wanted to mow grass tomorrow night, but whatever. Today was the only day it was going to rain a little bit, so. Later guys.